Welcome back to the channel. It's another exciting day here with our friend Tom Tiddly Toodum Tom Thomas with a song that is solo and without the Adam Calzones of the world to drag them down. Now this is gonna be political, and there's generally two brands of political Tom. Brand one is when Tom is just being his honest, centrist self, which I enjoy intellectually because Tom's a smart guy and makes interesting commentary. Then there's Tom Political Part 2 or Type 2, in which he panders heavy to the conservative right despite not being a conservative himself. And I do enjoy those Tom songs for a totally different reason. Mainly that when I point out Tom is pandering to a certain audience for money, I get a lot of people with this profile picture telling me I'm wrong, which actually reinforces the fact that I'm absolutely right. I love watching Tom manipulate people for money, but I think after Tom dropped a whole project with Alonzo Calzone, that he's probably gonna do a song that's more regular centrist Tom, or who knows, maybe he's gonna double down on getting those pander dollars. We're gonna find out. I'm excited either way. This is our first video in the new studio thingy. So we're gonna check out the system, cause Tom's not part of your system.
I'm not a part of your system.
Let's see what he's got for us today.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb.
Let's be honest. Everybody loves to indoctrinate and manipulate all of their agendas, the parents, passing down their political or religious beliefs. Also, we got red-eyed reptilian Tom this time. Oh boy. Yo, you guys made a nursery for this video. You gonna get Nova pregnant so that you could use that nursery for more than this video?
Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news.
If they can't brainwash you in class, there's always the news. Everyone wants to wash everyone's brains, but nobody's clean.
Your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose.
The Democrats and the Republicans are two sides of the same coin. And if you vote blue or red, you wasted your vote. Let's be realistic. The only vote that actually asks for change and not repeating the cycle of oligarchical, whatever, Garfield control is third-party votes. The great irony is because people are stupid, borderline, if not fully mentally they usually say the opposite, which is the greatest head scratcher of all time. Oh, you voted a third party. What a wasted vote. No, you have that backwards, dingus. The wasted vote is voting for the same thing again. If everybody who said that they were voting for the lesser of two evils voted for a third party, then a third party would win by a landslide every damn election. The only reason that third parties don't gain any traction is they don't have campaign money to buy the stupid people's votes. But if a third party even got 10 to 15% of the popular vote, suddenly corporations and would start throwing money at them. So guess what? They'd have money to let the stupid people know to vote for them, and suddenly you've broken the two-party system. It doesn't take winning an election. It takes getting a small fraction of the popular vote, and when you're being honest, you have about 60% of people who already would vote for a third party if they weren't under the delusion that somehow the only useful vote is a wasted vote. You complete imbeciles.
Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth.
I think Tom was taking that less seriously than I was when he just took it to Gucci.
Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we could use.
Hey, yeah, this is centrist Tom. If you didn't know, all of our time in Iraq, it wasn't for anything to do with terrorism or freedom. Same with Vietnam and all those other conflicts. You really think the American military is just incapable of stopping these terrorist sects? You really think we're just not able to do it? Nah, it's just bad PR to do what's necessary to actually bring democracy to these countries. Plus, it's not the actual objective. The objective is to keep staying there and funneling resources out and pretending like you're in a conflict that's gonna take a while. Just in case you didn't know.
Our democracy democracy exists so that you think that you can choose, but our algorithms make you do what we want you to do.
You know, if the common person was aware of the way that algorithms are designed to manipulate your thought process, they'd probably still be manipulated by it. That's how much faith I have in people.
What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse.
Opioid and other medicated prescription crises. I like those gloves, Tom.
Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you.
Breeding the stupidity. You know, speaking of breeding stupidity, there's been a lot of crap about abortion lately because Roe versus Wade is being, argued in the Supreme Court as probably unconstitutional to states' rights and blah, blah, blah. The ultimate bait to draw out everyone who's completely mentally inept from the right or the left is just say the word abortion. I find it weird that usually the people who are saying don't breed, stop all these stupid people from having more kids, that's more of a conservative thing to say. Liberals don't usually say that. The conservatives are always the ones saying, oh, those damn stupid people keep having more kids, and then the conservatives are super anti-abortion. I don't get it. Make it make sense.
To the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.
This is probably the bridge before the chorus, maybe the chorus, I don't know.
Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Everyone's wrong. Oh yeah, if you're new to this channel, we pause all the time. We talk as much as we want. We don't give a about what you want, but subscribe anyway, or your mom's a dirty, rotten unless you're subscribed, then your mom's a nice lady. Or if you're like, well, I hate my mom. You know what? Stop trying to be contrarian and clever and just subscribe to the channel or go yourself with a cactus, okay?
Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.
Alright, I guess the bridge was the chorus, and the chorus is the bridge, it's just building.
Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
I do appreciate that this isn't quite as anthem-y as a lot of Tom's choruses. Not every chorus has to be an anthem, and sometimes Tom kind of makes every chorus try to be like,
the world, baby girl, I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play.
Through the music that you play, listen to some girls talking about being loose with their lips, and I'm not talking about their mouths, and, then wondering why they have self-esteem and body image issues. It's almost as if it's not psychologically possible to both promote the idea that you could do whatever you want with your body whilst also not having deep psychological traumas related to how you perceive your body. Weird how that works.
We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome, so for you, we'll do the same.
Yeah. Corrupt all the men. Then while you're at it, anyone who doesn't have a strong tie to their biological sex, whether through full gender dysphoria or just a mild case of I don't really like guy things or I don't really like girl things, well, don't worry. Since the extreme stereotype exploits of gender don't work on you, we'll just create a whole spectrum so we can label you as non-binary or fluid or whatever else and manipulate you that way. Because people are dumb.
Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape.
There's another talking point that's more centrist. Conservatives are typically the ones that say, she was asking for it. What the does that mean? It's kind of like if you live in a bad neighborhood and you leave your doors unlocked in your car and someone comes and steals stuff from your car, well, you did make it easy. But it's not like you were asking for it. It's not like you're like, oh yeah, I left my doors unlocked for you, Daddy. Come steal from my car. No, you should have been more responsible and locked the car. But at the same time, if someone really wants in your car, they'll just bust out the window anyway. Are you increasing risk? Potentially. Does that make you wrong? No! Is it that hard to understand?
Weaponize the differences that make our men and women great, then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same.
Let's exploit all the gender stereotypes for our advantage, and now the genders don't exist because you, we gotta manipulate the people who don't fall into gender stereotypes.
We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again.
What I've noticed about the trend of modern progressive politics and conservative politics, they always over women. Look at athletics. If you think that a trans female is the same as a female, you don't respect females or trans people. You're gonna have to get over that if you don't understand that. Same goes for the reversal. And all of this just over biological women, no matter how you slice it. Woman of the year, like 2 out of the last 5 has been a biological man. And then you got the conservatives who go the other way with it. They need to fall in line like they used to. If you go to any of the political ends where everyone shakes hands is women and minorities. They just go about it a different way. To the ladies and minorities of at least the Americas, on behalf of everyone everywhere, I'm sorry that it sucks to be you and that the far left and the far right hate you. But if you've ever tried to find comfort in the far left or the far right thinking that they're advocating for you, you're kind of deserve it, I guess.
Bet you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay.
Well, they censor that, but not I don't know what I'm gonna censor on this. There's probably censor beeps all through this reaction.
Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made.
Oh, yes. It's all part of the plan.
Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same.
Yep, going back to the circle of more babies, more problems.
Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.
It's a good little dance-ity dance sort of a vibe. I usually don't love Tom choruses, but I don't hate the chorus. And as far as the Tom chorus goes, that's about as good as it gets.
Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Tom does a lot with his choruses that Eminem always did with his choruses. And to be honest, most of Eminem's choruses don't do it for me either, because they're just so different from the song. That's especially noticeable on the album Recovery. If you've heard that album by Eminem, some of the freaking choruses sound like they were pulled from a different song entirely. That's something Tom has emulated a lot. And obviously people like it. Look at the success of Tom and Eminem. But most musicians I talk to don't like it, and I'm in that same category. But this one's okay.
Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other.
We're going into the racism now. Oh boy. Side note, to anyone who's still here, first of all, I stream every night on Twitch, so come check it out, twitch.tv/WeSkeem. That and my music's where I make most of my money, not this. These reactions are marketing to get eyeballs on your crazy boy Skeem. Secondly, for all the people who get mad if I ever say anything other than Tom's perfect, Tom, please stick your hog deep down my throat. You know, if I don't do that, people get upset. You're a Thirdly of all, I've probably listened to Tom for longer than you, and I like Tom. Fourthly of all, liking someone doesn't mean you like everything they do. And fifth, I have no idea where I started this or where I was going with it, and I don't think I made the point I originally wanted to, because ADHD and autism stuff, yourself.
So that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light. But
yay, this is like Satan creating the world. He's like, I'll make races and religions to make everyone hate each other.
I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ.
Oh, he went specific religion on that one. You could go into like creation versus evolution, but honestly, it's usually the Christians that are dying on that hill because the Jews never took the creation story literally. You know, they're the ones that wrote it. The Jews, they wrote the creation story that Christians use, and they never took it as a literal thing. It wasn't until the Christians came along that they're like, no, it's 7 literal days, even though the sun wasn't made till like the 3rd or 4th day, you know? Don't worry about it. There's no help for some people. All this to say that where science and religion clashes is usually in extremism.
And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies.
God, war is stupid.
And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life and let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive.
When you look at it globally, almost every single American is the 1%. Food for thought.
And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides.
Yay! Divide and conquer!
Can't you see? I'm the system, my whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine.
He's the personification of the system. It's hard to call it a system. The system implies more thoughtful organization than exists. You look through all the governments in history and all the conspiracies that get exposed, and it's never as organized as we like to pretend it is. There's not enough unity for it to be like all of these people working together. That's putting too much faith in people. You're trying to tell me that the evil elites are both purely evil and out for themselves and perfectly unified with each other in that agenda, never exposing one another. It's not that deep. It's as deep as we could see it obviously is. Epstein knew a lot of on a lot of people who are wealthy and do illegal shit. So they offed him. That's how this works. But we already know they're doing illegal shit. It's just no one could prove it. And if someone comes out to prove it, they get killed. But that is not the same level as an organized, okay, we're gonna make the blacks and whites hate each other. We're gonna make men hate being men and women hate being women. It's not that orchestrated. People don't cooperate with each other enough. It's just, we have money, we have power, we're gonna keep it, we'll kill you if you try to stop us. Everything else is a side effect of that. Not deliberate, just collateral damage. And you can study all of human history to see that that's just how it is.
Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.
Yay! I'm finally a victim. Where's my stuff?
Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
But am I a victim? I'm a Spaniard and they've been the aggressors of most things, but I'm also a Puerto Rican and Cuban who were victims of the Spaniards. So which do I get to claim? You know which it is? It's none of those, because I didn't live any of those lives. It's just, what life did I live? Huh?
Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.
If you're mad and leaving dislikes, make sure that you've installed the bring back YouTube dislike button so that you could get the satisfaction of attempting to ratio me. Of course, if you're gonna dislike this video, you're probably not at this point. You already rage quit, probably in the intro. So those of you who are here, how you doing?
Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Great job on the harmonies on that last part, especially when the beat dropped out, Evan. Don't think I forgot about you, Evan, even though Tom always forgets about you in the credits. Well, shout out to all the people who are popping up around me who support this channel. Thanks for checking this out. Stay tuned through the credits and stuff because I usually put little bloopers at the end of this and it helps retention and watch time. Subscribe, comment. I don't know. I'm done. This was fun. Until next time, I scheme, you scheme, we all scheme for ice cream. Hope you like the new digs. Go the away. Bye. Mentally retarded. Can I say mentally retarded? That's not the right nomenclature anymore. I should have just said retarded without the mentally. Stick to your guns, Skeem.